Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Katy.
Welcome to episode 323. I wish I had brought some robot music.
Maybe Jay can insert it in.
I needed some robot music. We're going to survive AI today.
Yeah.
Or just learn about it in
It's good
general.
to know what's going on.
Look, this is my first note. I mean, it's important to know your enemy, right?
Yeah.
We need to know.
How can it help you? How can it hurt you?
I mean, I must say, there was no shortage of articles about AI and real estate.
And look, we are not the tech experts at all.
I would argue we're not on the cutting edge
Correct.
of brand new tech.
No, we keep things very simple over here.
Well, yeah. And here, let me tell you a little. So, great. I'm going to approach it to everyone as if we're keeping it simple.
Okay.
And I am first going to tell you what the heck this is.
What is it?
Maybe you're listening and you're like, I can't hear someone say AI again.
Right.
What does it even mean? AI is artificial intelligence. It is the broad field of computer science focused on creating machines that mimic human cognitive functions, such as learning and problem solving.
They mimic humans' functions like learning, problem solving.
ChatGPT is a specific and highly visible application of AI.
Okay.
Using a specialized type of AI called a large language model, LLM.
Okay.
Large language model to perform conversational tasks.
I see. See, I always kind of wondered, what is the difference between ChatGPT and AI?
AI is the broader, overreaching, what is this?
Okay.
ChatGPT is just a specific
function of it.
Well, and it's not like AI is the company.
Yeah.
There are lots of different companies that have their own chatbots or types of AI. But let me give you a little more background. ChatGPT is an advanced AI chatbot developed by OpenAI.
Okay.
That is the company, OpenAI.
The company name is OpenAI.
That developed
started this all.
This ChatGPT, yeah. And what I was reading was OpenAI is sort of the company that back in 2022 made it available to the public, and that's when it really exploded. ChatGPT is the advanced AI chatbot developed by OpenAI that generates human-like text and performs various language-based tasks by processing large data sets and user prompts. It stands for, do you want me to tell you what the GPT stands for?
I have no idea.
I know. It stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Pre-trained transformer.
Okay.
And can answer questions, summarize information, write content, translate languages, and even help with coding. ChatGPT has become a popular tool and a revolutionary force in the field of generative artificial intelligence since its launch in 2022.
Nice.
So we're 3 years into this. Okay. Now wait till you hear these stats.
Hey there, are you looking for ways to save time and money in your business?
Email Templates 101 is the communication system you need to bring ease and efficiency to managing your transactions and clients.
Save time and avoid mistakes, all while providing a high level of service for your buyers and sellers.
In Email Templates 101, you'll get 13 downloadable buyer templates ready for your personal touches.
And 19 downloadable seller templates, plus 6 attachment checklists.
Head over to hustlehumblypodcast.com/courses to get yours today. As of September 2025, OpenAI reports that ChatGPT has more than, why don't you just tell me the weekly active users you think that are on ChatGPT?
Oh gosh, millions.
Yes, take a stab.
200 million.
700 million weekly active users.
Oh my gosh.
Representing 8 to 10% of the world's adult population. Okay, so 700 million people are using ChatGPT weekly. Okay, the rapid escalation of ChatGPT achieved 1 million users within 5 days of launch in November of 2022.
Wow.
Okay, reaching 100 million users by 2024. And then in July of 2025, it had surpassed the 700 million weekly active users, which was, wait for it, a significant increase from 500 million users in just March. So in 2025, March.
So from March to July, they increased that much.
So much, 200 million users.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's growing very quickly. Business integrations, over 92% of Fortune 500 companies are using the ChatGPT for business processes, with OpenAI noting 5 million paying business users as of August 2025. So like you can get the ChatGPT free version, right? But if you want it to do some of these additional things or get the newer version, you have to then pay for it.
Correct.
Okay, so you don't have to pay for it to use it, but there are apparently 92% of businesses are paying or using it, and 5 million businesses are paying for it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Very interesting stats.
Well, how does that all make you feel?
I'm not sure. I'm trying not to be one of those people that doesn't get up to date with the change.
You use it all the time.
Well, I'd use it to write my listing descriptions.
Okay.
I have used it to help me with verbiage in certain tricky emails.
Okay.
Like asking it to polish something or say it in a more professional way when I'm struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked it random questions about like planning a Disney vacation or things like that. What do you use it for?
I mean, those types of things.
Yeah. Anything else?
I am not defaulting to it as my browser at this point. So there are
people that are
there are
just
people who aren't even Googling anymore. They go straight to ChatGPT.
Oh.
And they're like, blah, 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 blah. Tell me blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Okay. And from what I am listening to and reading and learning about, that is the route that it will go. Like at some point, people won't Google, they'll use a ChatGPT or something like that to answer their questions. And I mean, furthermore, I find it to be kind of annoying, but even when you Google now, the response is an AI generated.
So Google actually got in trouble for that.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
I hate it because it doesn't give you the sources.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you have to be careful because you can give the chatbot the direction to go in without realizing it. Sort of like an implicit bias, honestly.
Right.
If you say the question in a certain way, it will find the response that you want.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it's just really important to be mindful that it's giving you what you want. It's trying to pick up on your context clues and it's trying to give you what you want. Okay. But in the Google case, I'd like to at least see the sources.
Yeah.
Like, where did it come from?
That's what I like about Google is clicking on all the different articles or different websites that it gives you.
Which are still below the AI, but it's just it feels harder to get to.
A lot of people stop when they read it and they're not, it's hard to know if what you read was accurate.
Who could say?
Yeah.
The AI has been known to hallucinate, and we're not going to get into that, but it's just not infallible. It's not perfect. Okay. So I was listening to Gary Vee give a keynote address to a group of CPAs.
Okay.
Okay. So a conference room building, it's big, like hundreds of CPAs. Okay. And one of the questions that the moderator asked was, can you talk to us about like AI and what we should be, looking out for or whatever? And he's like, well, here's the great news. Because this room of CPAs was like, our biggest struggle is hiring people to do all this basic accounting grunt work, right? Like nobody wants to do this. Kids are not going into accounting at any high rate. It's hard to find employees. He's like, well, here's the great news. AI is going to be able to do all of that, but it's also going to be able to do your job. So what you have to start focusing on is becoming a consultant or advisor, and you're giving advice. So he said, you should print this out. And I thought this was so good because it applies to real estate completely, which is why I'm telling you. You should print this phrase out, put it on top of your computer, but you need to remember it's trust over task. The machine can do most of the tasks that you do. The machine cannot develop a trusting relationship with the client.
Correct.
So when your client needs advice, which is literally the function of a realtor, right? It needs someone to trust.
Yes.
So good news, trust over task.
Okay, I like that.
The machine could probably do a lot of your tasks.
Yes.
But it cannot give advice and be a trusted advisor. Okay. Do you want to hear a story now?
Yeah. Do you want me
Okay.
to start with this one?
Why don't you read that story first?
I think this is a good opener.
Okay.
So the title of this story is I Lost a Listing to AI. Here's how I make sure it never happens again.
Okay.
This is by Josh Rise, would you say?
Yeah.
So here's his story. A few years ago, I lost a listing in the most painful way possible. Not to another agent, not to pricing, not even to timing. I lost it to my own AI automation.
His own.
His own AI that he set up himself to help his business.
Uh-huh.
May I just say to Josh that I appreciate his transparency
No doubt.
and humility to share this.
Yeah.
Because most people will die on that hill.
I know.
Of,
It's working. It's all working.
The sellers sat across from me during the listing appointment and asked me a question I'll never forget. They said, over the past 3 months, we have only talked to your computer. Do you even have time to help us sell our home if you couldn't call us yourself?
Bum, bum, bum.
That was the gut punch. I walked out of that appointment and promised myself I would never let it happen again. So, where did he go wrong?
Yeah, where did he go wrong?
Like many agents, I was excited about automation when I first implemented an IDX website with a built-in AI chat.
It's going to do all this work for me.
He also connected his CRM to his new amazing website.
Yeah.
Pause for comment here. So many agents in all the Facebook groups and in all they're like, what's the best CRM? Whose website does everything? Like, agents really think if they could just
They're like, how can I automate this?
If I could just find the magic software, I wouldn't have to work.
Josh found it.
Josh found it.
Look what happened.
On paper, it looked like a game changer. It promised to improve, nurture relationships, save time, and scale client touch points. But by the 3-month mark, clients noticed something that I was trying to ignore. The automation wasn't supplementing my relationship with them, it was replacing it. So it was basically deleting the relationship they had with
Yeah, he
him.
didn't put any effort into them anymore because the bot was doing it.
When trust is replaced with a chatbot, you don't just risk lower conversion, you risk losing the business altogether. So the big lesson for him that he said his biggest takeaway was relationships cannot be automated.
Yeah.
Clients don't hire your CRM. They don't hire a chat assistant. They hire you. AI is powerful, but it cannot build trust. And in real estate, trust is the currency that leads to contracts and closing.
Trust over task.
Yes. We lean too heavily in AI. So, how he uses it now. Today, we use AI for the repetitive, time-consuming tasks that don't touch the client relationship directly.
Which really made me think about your assistant and how you're very adamant about my assistant can do a lot of things for me. Your human assistant.
Yes, I have a human assistant.
To be clear. But you're like, that person does not have any contact with my clients.
Correct.
Because I need the contact because that's where we build the relationship.
Yes. So my clients have no idea that I have an assistant.
No.
Because they will never meet her.
Right.
It is strictly
That's what they're saying.
me.
Same with your AI or your chatbot. We're not letting it build the relationship.
Yeah. So, I mean, using it to help you using it to help you brainstorm on things like social media content, listing descriptions. Like, these are all things that are just an efficient use of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the time he saved from using it that way, he decided to reinvest that time into the personal outreach.
Perfect.
Calling people, texting people, face-to-face conversations, things that actually build trust. In other words, AI actually frees us to be more human.
Oh, I love it.
That's a good point.
It's true.
If you can use it to do the behind-the-scenes techie stuff,
all their admin-y stuff,
it frees you up to be the real human.
Yeah.
Sales reps from tech companies pitch it as efficiency. Let the system follow up for you. But what actually happens is the conversion rates tank. Because when they're talking to automation, they feel the lack of connection. And once that trust erodes, it is hard to get back.
Right.
I feel like we should pause for a second and you should share your story about the call you got.
Pause for effect. Okay, yeah, here you go. It's a great example of automating something that perhaps we shouldn't automate.
And this is a good story for our brokers
Yeah.
out there, team leaders,
Right.
recruiters.
Yes. So I'm, going about my day and I get a phone call from a local phone number. And I thought, okay, well, it doesn't automatically say spam and it was a local number. I'm like, I'll answer. I don't know. Could be a buyer, seller, whatever. I answer and the person on the other end of the line, I got pretty close to like if it takes too long and I'm like, oh, that's a machine. I'm going to hang up.
Yes,
it did
pause.
It was a very short pause. And then the person says, hi, this is so-and-so from such and such a team. We, and in my head, I thought, oh, I know this person, this team leader. I'm like, maybe I don't recognize this agent's name, but maybe they're always taking new people on the team. It's a big team. I'm like, maybe whatever. And I was like, oh, maybe they need to know something about a listing or something. I'm like, that's what's going on in my head.
Yeah.
And then he says, yes, we are going out and opening our own brokerage. And we wanted to know if you wanted to come and, work for us or something. I don't remember his wording, but I was like, wait, what? And he said it all really fast.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, well, no, I'm not interested in changing brokers at this time, but, thank you for calling. He's like, okay, thanks, bye.
Click.
And I was just like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it was a human, obviously. I didn't remember the name that he had said. So I decided to forewarn the number. So I'm like, what has just happened?
Yeah.
And it was a robocall number. Like it didn't belong to a person.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically, it could have just as easily said spam on my screen.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And I'm like, all right. So what's crazy to me is that obviously this team leader who was going out and opening an office paid for a service to robocall all of the agents in town or some agents in town. And the weirdest part was that I know this person.
Right.
Had they called me, we've done many transactions together and said, hey, I'm going out on my own. You want to grab a coffee and talk about it? I don't know that I would have at least talked to him.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm comfy at my brokerage, but tell me about it.
Even if I had been like if I was thinking, it's time for me to move. I mean, this person who called me, what was the next step? If I had said, oh, yes, I am looking to switch brokers.
Then what would he have done?
I guess set up an appointment because I can't talk to you. You don't even belong to this person.
The robocaller also did not have any plan in place at all for overcoming any of your objections. He's just like, no, okay, bye.
Bye. Just hung up.
I just had to get paid to make this call.
Right.
I don't actually care if you say yes.
I was literally dialed for dollars.
You were.
You know what I mean? So it was also a good lesson to think about how people in the public receive realtors that just speed dial as many numbers as they can. Would you like to sell your house? Okay, no, bye.
Click next. Like, okay.
What? It just really blew my mind that I already did have a relationship with that person. And this call actually, I would say, damaged it.
Yes.
It made it feel like I was cheap and not important to them. If you wanted me to work in your office and you couldn't even make the phone call, why would I come work at your office?
And I would hate to know the amount that was paid for this robobot to make all these phone calls.
And
what was the success rate?
That's what I want to know.
Did anybody say, oh, well, that sounds great. Let me come right on over?
I would love to know more.
Because it wasn't very personable. No fluff, no.
It could have even been like, hey, I see you've done 5 transactions with our office. Or like there was no relatability at all. I was really beside myself.
Yeah.
I just really couldn't believe that happened. I'm like, I just feel like I was talking to a bot.
This is what people pay for these days.
That is horrible automation.
In fact, if that's what you're using to recruit people, it may actually
backfire.
Completely backfire.
I think it would.
Mm-hmm. Well, it did give us some smarter ways to leverage AI.
Oh, good. Okay.
So, for example, let it handle like data entry, organizing your notes, task reminders. I liked this one, repurposing content you already created.
Yeah.
Like it can go look at your stuff and give you some good ideas so you don't have to just reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Don't let it replace your voice.
No.
You need to be the only point of contact when you're talking to humans.
Yeah.
So think of this as a supplement, not a substitution.
Yeah. I don't think we have to look at it as our enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Truly. I think we can look at it more like our partner, like something, a tool. We want to use our tools.
Yeah. And when you use your tools, it says other agents lose ground trying to outsource their trust to technology. They think they're doing more because this bot can call all 3,000 agents in Baton Rouge,
Right.
where I can only call, 5 a day or whatever.
Right.
But the ones who are using it as a supplement can actually gain ground by being more efficient while keeping their personal connection.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really important to note that, if you're not using it, if you're just like, I'm going to ignore this.
Yeah.
Other agents who are willing to figure out how to use it well are going to pass you by.
Yeah.
Just like every technology change we've had over this last course of time, and lots of them have happened in real estate in general, but if you're just not even willing to figure out, some other agent is going to figure out how to make it work for them and pass you by.
Yeah.
So we don't want to ignore it. We don't want to be afraid of it. It's not our enemy, but we need to learn how to use it wisely so that we're not replacing our strength. We're not replacing that actual relationship building. Okay. Would you like to hear why it could replace you if you aren't focused on your strengths as a human?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some of the parts of the business it could replace that are maybe good, maybe bad. Do you want to get out your threat versus opportunity chart?
Got my chart.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a threat and then the threat level, and then I'll see if I have the description for it.
Do you have a particular order?
I don't care. What do you want to
get? Our highest threat?
Yeah, highest threat.
So the highest threat is lead generation.
For it to replace you.
Okay. So leveraging AI for smarter lead qualification, focusing energy on warm leads.
Okay.
High threat level.
High threat level. So I had some of the ways it could do that. Chatbots and virtual assistants. AI can handle your inquiries, answer FAQs, pre-qualify. All right. So maybe also it could sort through some of those kind of not so great online leads type of vibes.
I bet a lot of the lead sources, the online lead platforms, they're using
they're all using this.
Yeah.
They're all using it. Predictive analysis was an interesting part of lead generation. See, AI systems are going to analyze the browsing behavior and demographics, and they can figure out who's about to buy or sell. And that is something you should be thoughtful about. Because then they can grab, if you're not keeping constant contact with your database, your database is on the internet.
Yeah.
And the internet is watching them.
AI is watching.
That's right. And the other one is automated follow-up. So like drip campaigns and CRM things, nurtures, all of that can be in your lead generation category. Not that it's working, but
could be in there.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Hey friend, we just wanted to pop over and remind you of all of the freebies that we have on our website at hustlehumblypodcast.com/resources.
There are quite a few on there. They work for buyers and sellers, for your business, all different things you might need, and all for free. Alyssa, which one is your favorite?
My favorite freebie is the due diligence checklist.
Oh, that's a good one and so impactful for your buyers.
It's a great email template.
It's a really good one. My favorite is probably the staging checklist. I want my sellers to have those houses looking good.
Yes, yes. So head over and see which ones you would like to download or get them all. Enjoy.
Okay, what's next?
Marketing and listing creation is a high threat level. Using AI tools to scale marketing while adding personal storytelling.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
Yeah.
Using it for marketing, verbiage.
And that's not something where you're in direct contact with your client. Marketing, it's just out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pricing and valuation,
Mhm.
combining AVM insights with local expertise to provide pricing. This is a very high threat level. I talked to an agent recently who says he'll go in and download the reports that, we always get these charts and graphs and, Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, but they go to their listing, they print out the report for their listing, and then they ask AI to pull the main speaking points on it.
Okay.
And then they use that to send to their clients as an update.
Okay. So interesting you should say that. I read where I think RPR does that now.
Oh, nice.
So you can go into RPR and get a neighborhood report or a zip code or whatever you search, and you can pick all these different selections and it'll give it a tone of voice. They'll write a script for you or make a report for you, or
Yes.
they'll basically give the talking points to you.
Yeah. I think that's very interesting.
Very.
Transaction management. This threat level was medium.
Okay.
Automating paperwork and coordination to free up your time.
Okay.
I'd be curious, how that works.
Right.
Whenever I have a new contract, I copy my human assistant. She puts all the paperwork into the platform we use that stores our paperwork and lets me know what's missing and if signatures or initials are missing anywhere.
Yeah.
I wonder
That's
how...
what AI, it's saying AI will be able to do error detection.
Yeah.
To catch mistakes in your contract before you submit it as well. I guess it can check it.
Yeah.
And then workflow automation. So it can streamline your back office tasks. I mean,
that could be helpful.
It could be helpful. And then I have to think about how much of it do consumers glaze over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for instance, I think lenders have gotten really good at setting up these auto systems and emails and things that happen. Hey, you're at this part of the process.
Yes.
This is where we're at in the pizza being made.
That's helpful.
Okay. It is helpful. But when I get them, a lot of times I glaze. It just are you talking to me or is it just going to everyone? Is it the right time? I don't know. Sometimes I ignore it. When you're on a web page and you just ignore the right-hand column because that's where the ads are.
Yeah.
That's the vibe it gives me.
Mm-hmm.
So it can do all this work. I just am wondering how well are people even reading the contracts you send them to e-sign?
Right.
People are just saying,
They come back so fast.
Right. What did you do?
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Market insights and strategy, using AI to give you the insights and actionable strategies for clients.
What's our threat level?
Medium.
Medium threat.
So maybe it could analyze it and say, this listing is very close to this school. I'm going to give you marketing suggestions on things you can do to hone in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. Okay. Then there's only one on here that's a very low threat level.
What is it?
Negotiation and the human element.
Okay.
Doubling down on human skills, empathy, trust, emotional intelligence. The threat level is very low.
The machine can't do it.
Mm-mm.
Right.
When you have a scared first-time home buyer or an elderly person who is really struggling with downsizing, nothing is going to replace you in that moment.
No.
Mm-mm.
Anything with emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
I have to be thoughtful. You're dealing with, okay, my list expanded a little more on your what it can't replace you. Or so far we think.
Mm-hmm.
What it can't replace yet. Okay.
That's how they worded it.
Yet. Emotional intelligence and empathy during a life-changing transaction.
Yeah.
So we're trying to deal with very complicated emotions. Relationship building and trust, which drive referrals and repeat business.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep working on leads that a bot scoured the internet and got for you, then fine.
Yeah.
But that one day the bot might just keep them.
Yeah. The bot is I am a realtor now.
I'm taking this now.
I will keep all these leads.
But if you want a business that's built on repeat referral, then you have to have relationships and the bot cannot take that from you.
Yeah.
Local expertise, gut instincts, and nuanced problem solving in unpredictable deals.
Mm.
I mean, yes, can you ask ChatGPT for advice about something? Sure. But I also read where I guess they're starting to ask it for negotiation tips. And it can just get aggregate data of how much did prices come off or it can give you ideas, but it doesn't know how the other agent addressed you or behaved, or how your buyer or seller behaved, or what they said.
Yeah.
And then the last one was the human touch in negotiating delicate situations.
Okay.
I mean, AI might replace tasks of real estate agents, but not the role itself, at least not fully. And it said the most likely future is that agents who use AI will replace those who don't.
I think that's a good point.
So we need to know how to use it. Okay. Any other feelings or thoughts about it?
I'm trying to remain open-minded. I always think back to this meme I saw one time where it was like this old picture of everybody sitting on a train in the olden days, and they're all reading a newspaper.
Yes.
And nobody's talking to each other. They all have their noses in a newspaper. And then the second picture is like people freaking out saying technology has ruined humans. And it's the exact same picture, but everybody's on their phone.
Yes. We're just entertaining ourselves in a different way.
Yes. And I think it's helpful to have that perspective of things are going to change. Our kids are going to learn how to use this software in school.
Yeah.
In their businesses, in their lives. Like, you can't completely shut down from it. But having a healthy relationship, agents are very often looking for the secret to success that is going to be the thing that allows them to make the most money without working much.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to give you that. No magical CRM, no magical lead source, no AI. What you do still requires effort on your part to make money, to make it a career, to make it a business.
Right.
I'm excited to maybe learn some of the ways that it could be helpful in like transaction management, timelines, because AI or human or not, I sometimes think agents themselves refer too much on someone else to do that for them.
Yeah.
Like, if you're completely removed from your transaction management, that could be really bad for your business.
Well, you're not having any contact with your clients.
Right.
Which is where you build the relationship.
So whether it's a human or a bot, I think you have to be careful either way. You need to be aware and you need to be the most hands-on in your business.
For sure.
So
the point of contact. Okay. One last angle that we really must talk about.
Okay.
We read the most fascinating Inman article that was written by Jimmy Burgess about how to become the agent AI recommends in your market. And you're like, I don't get it. And what we were talking about before we came on. There will come a time, or maybe we talked about at the beginning, where people don't Google.
Yeah.
They go to ChatGPT or some AI and ask it, hear me out. Who's the best realtor in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for 70810?
Right.
And then the chat bot is going to give it a name.
Yeah.
It can give it a name today. We can go do it later. But what Jimmy is going to tell it, and
I kind of want to ask it now.
Live it up. And what you might be thinking is like, well, how do I get it to choose me?
Right.
Because it's not a Google search. And Jimmy is giving us some tips because he's going to tell us what the AI is going through and basically reading and indexing in order to decide who is the best agent in Baton Rouge or your area, obviously. All right, here's how to become the real estate agent AI recommends in your market. Pull up.
Sorry.
You're laughing. Let me see who it is. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Okay. So how to become the real estate agent AI recommends in your market. Step number 1. And look, you can come and read our show notes. You can listen to this later, but you need to take some notes here. Because these are the things you can do to be recognized by the machine. 1, lock in on your Google business profile.
Yeah.
This is AI's source of truth. So it's going to go and it's going to read your Google business profile, or more importantly, it's going to read all the Google business profiles in the area and then pick the one that is most accurate and sounds like and has the best reviews, right? So we have to make sure all the fields are completed. that you have some real like photos on there, that you're maybe even posting some stuff to your Google profile.
Then it knows you're active.
That's right. You can turn on messaging and you can make sure that your name and address and phone, everything is correct. Okay. Now, the next part of this is to engineer hyper local reviews. This I had never even considered.
Yeah.
Basically, you want to teach your clients, if they're leaving you a review, to make sure that they put in the city, neighborhood, zip code into the review. Okay. So basically, this is how he said to ask. A quick favor, please. If you're willing to leave a Google review mentioning the neighborhood, city, the price point, and how I helped, negotiation, off-market find, prep to sell, really helps neighbors find me. Thank you. Okay. So actually having some, not just, Katy was great. She always answered my calls and we love our new house.
Yeah.
The chatbot.
The chatbot doesn't know much about you.
No. So you want to coach the people who are reviewing you to answer in that way, right? Okay. Next up, I was like, oh God, I have to coach them. This is the stuff you want to coach them on, though.
Well, this would be updating your email template that you ask for reviews to be more specific.
Yeah. You want to make sure your name, so like your name, neighborhood, city names you serve, the experience working with you, service strengths, communication, negotiation, local knowledge. It also, so you've got to get all that stuff in there. Okay, next up, you have to publish conversational, hyper local content. Okay, so you want to do post or reels or shorts or your Google business page update, whatever it is, you want to write stuff like, I'm moving to Baton Rouge from Houston. What should I know? And then you answer that question.
Okay.
All right. You want to make content that people would possibly search. Where should I live in Baton Rouge if I want walkability? And then you make the post about that, because it's also very important to state, this happened very recently, that search engines are now able to search social media content.
Yes.
Previously, you could go onto Instagram and maybe search a hashtag or search a term, but it wasn't like you go to Google and put in that and you would get a response of an Instagram reel.
Right.
But now you can. Okay, so we want to make sure we have lots of very specific, local, hyper-local content.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next up, make your identity friction-free. This was genius, and I immediately thought of a bajillion different people who have a bajillion different names, including myself. Standardize your name, people, your name, across your website, your Google business profile, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Zillow, Realtor.com, Yelp, at the Chamber of Commerce's directory, in your agent directory, everywhere that your profile is or you are should be the same exact name.
Do you think it should be the same photo?
I think that's probably wise.
I think so too. I just realized my LinkedIn was still from college.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt for the photos to make it look like you're using them all. And then you should have an alert every January 15th or whenever, June 10th, I don't care, just once a year that's like, hey, go upload all of your photos. But you need to have all of your names the same.
That's how the chatbot knows that you're the same person.
Yes, right. I'm like, oh my God, genius. Basically, you're training the internet and AI to recognize the same professional profile in every context.
Yes.
Okay. Next up, plant authority signals in media, local, national, and industry. This is just if you can get published talking about something, real estate related and hyper local, this will help you become indexed. Okay. We're not going to get deep into that because that's very niche.
Very specific.
If you're going to do it, go for it. Next up, use YouTube as your local answer engine. Okay, so basically go make some YouTube videos that are answering very local questions. Okay. Living in blank neighborhood, HOA fees, amenities, vibe, who it fits. Also, be very careful about fair housing when you're doing this.
Yes, I thought the same thing.
I'm like, this is not bad advice, but it's pretty easy for you to do like a black and white. This is Main Street USA neighborhood, and they have a pool, pickleball court, and you can get to the bus stop in half a mile.
Right.
Like, objective.
That's what they need to know.
Objective. Right. Okay. We're not, the vibe and who it fits is a very slippery slope.
Yeah. But the
Okay.
AI doesn't know about fair housing well.
No, it sure doesn't. Okay, next is to stay fresh. Y'all, this might hurt some of our hearts, but recency is a ranking signal. Okay, so there's a real recency bias in AI responses. If you posted about a specific neighborhood update 2 days ago and your competitor last posted 3 weeks ago, you're more likely to surface.
So it does look at who has posted the
gonna have
most. The timing is everything.
You have consistency.
Yeah.
It'd be better almost in that instance if you were honed in if you're geo farming, for instance, and you want one neighborhood, you want to work it, make all of your content about this neighborhood and make it every week you're saying it again.
Yeah.
And that's probably better than you doing a different neighborhood every week, because the older your content gets, the further away it is from it pulling that in the search.
Sure. That makes sense.
Scary. He did recommend a cadence for this, which
Okay.
was weekly, do a Google business profile post, one reel or short on Instagram, a Facebook or TikTok, one story poll on Instagram and Facebook, one LinkedIn post, then bi-weekly,
Okay.
one hyper-local YouTube video, then monthly, a neighborhood snapshot email or a deal of the month, and then quarterly, a long form guide, like 2025 moving to city.
I feel like this AI is putting a lot of work on our plates. Is it like, don't worry, I'll do it for you?
I mean, it could probably write it for you,
Yeah.
but you still have to produce the content and be in it with your face.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the thing. The people who do it are going to be found.
They are. Yeah.
But you know what? Let's put a pin in it for a second. If you are running a business the way we are running our business, which is by repeat referral, we should hope that your past client or your database member isn't going over to ChatGPT and typing in, who's the best agent in Baton Rouge?
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
You want them to call you because you just had a coffee with them last week.
Yes.
Or you just talked to them via text 2 weeks ago.
The neighbor just told them what a great job you did selling their house.
Everything that we're telling you to do now is, if you want to be searchable, it'd be the same thing as if you decided, I want my Google profile to be amazing so that when people Google me or Google real estate, they get me.
And I do think there's good tips in here, but don't get overwhelmed feeling like if you don't do all this stuff, we're not here to shit on you and to tell you should be doing this and you should be doing that. But it's good to know how the internet works.
Right.
How easy would it be to go in and edit your email template for reviews to just be more specific about what you're looking for?
Super easy.
Like, that would be such an easy thing to do, to be mindful that I think it's a good idea to have consistency of your name and photo anyway. So some of this stuff is good ideas. We can do anything, but not everything.
Not everything.
So don't get overwhelmed. These are just tips.
They're just tips. And I think more importantly, what I wanted to make sure we understood is when you hear that someone ChatGPT'd and got an agent, just like me, I was like, well, how did it pick them?
Yeah.
I wanted to know, how does the AI pick that person? Yeah. Now we know.
Right.
Now we know.
Yeah.
Like, you do these things, then it's reading your information and it's finding you. Okay. Y'all can get this article yourself, but he had a 30-day AI search sprint.
It was good. It was a little checklist.
Yeah, it was like a little things to do for the next 30 days to then maybe come up when the AI is looking for
and
an
most
agent.
of them are good things to do just for best practices.
I agree. And, for a long time when I was listening to Gary, he would say, voice, like Alexa in the house or all those things. People are just going to go to the voice and be like, hey, send me a pepperoni pizza. And then it would be important that you had done the right, basically, AI work at this point to be the pizza place that Alexa chose.
Right.
Because unless the person said, oh, send me a Domino's, pepperoni pizza, then it's the brand of Domino's and you said it.
Yes.
But what if you didn't say it? Then the AI picks.
Who knows what you'll get?
Right. So it's just an interesting thing to think about, and why brand is important and why your relationships are getting more important.
More and more
important.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a time when we started the show when I'm like, look, if you don't want to do it by repeat referral, you don't have to. Now I kind of feel like you have to.
It's the best way.
Because you're not going to compete with the AI bot of Zillow. I can't track all the people on the internet.
Just seeing who it recommends just now lets me know if I was a consumer, this is not who you would want to use.
This is the person who paid to do the automation.
This is the person who paid the most money to pop up. Is that who you want to be your agent? From the names I just saw?
No. Right. So
if I was not an agent, none of those people would be my agent.
Do it in your area. I would love to hear.
Knowing what I know.
Shoot us a DM and tell us if the agent you found was a good, solid,
get out
professional agent.
Google right now. Pretend you're a consumer.
Yeah, go to ChatGPT.
Yeah, I just did it in Google, and the ChatGPT answer that popped up first.
It gave it to you that way.
The suggestions, I'm like, wow, wow.
Right.
Well, I think a good way to end this episode is how Josh Rise ended his article.
Please.
At the end of the day,
I can't wait.
Real estate is still a people business. Clients want to know that you have time for them. They want to feel seen, heard, and valued. So yes, you can use AI. Use it to clear your plate, but make sure the time you gain is invested back into personal connections, because people hire you, not your bot. The end.
Case closed. Thank you.
We're going to be okay.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Right. How about a toast?
Let's do a toast.
Okay, bye.
My name is Nicolette. I am a real estate agent in Savannah, Georgia. And today I would like to toast some of the amazing agents whom I share an office with. Other agents who truly value community over competition. Sydney Bradley, Susan Ross, Renee Williams, Celie Tambone. I feel like I'm at the Grammys and there's a longer list and I'm forgetting people. But thank you all to all agents who practice community over competition.
Wait, before you go, if you enjoyed this episode and if we brought you value, take a minute to rate the show, leave a review, or drop a comment.
We are giving away our best stuff for free. Find it at hustlehumblypodcast.com/freebies.
We'd also love to see you in Hustle Humbly community. Join us there at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership.
We love chatting with you in our DMs. Find us on social media at Hustle Humbly Podcast and say hello.
If you have an episode topic or someone you'd like to toast on the show, please email us at team@hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly Podcast. See you next week.